Perched atop Castle Rock, the imposing Edinburgh Castle has been a dominant fixture of Scotland's capital since ancient times. Carved by the relentless forces of nature, Castle Rock itself is a silent testament to the passing of ages. This rugged volcanic crag, sculpted by the unyielding glaciers of the Ice Age, has been a beacon of safety and strategic advantage since the first human settlers laid eyes on it. The earliest known human settlements around this craggy stronghold date back to the Iron Age, a time when the hilltop was likely populated by a tribe of ancient Kelts known as the Votadini. As the centuries rolled on, the rock continued to serve as a fortress and refuge. By the 2nd century, the Roman Empire had extended its reach to the British Isles. While there's no concrete evidence of a Roman fort at Edinburgh, Roman artifacts have been found in the area, suggesting their influence was not far away. Yet it wasn't until many centuries later that the castle we're familiar with began to take shape. The early fortifications, little more than wooden huts and palisades, were gradually replaced by stone structures. Each new layer of construction added to the castle's might, transforming it into the formidable bastion we see today. However, the castle's story isn't just one of military might and royal power. It's a tale of human lives intertwined with the stone and mortar of the castle walls. It's a narrative of kings and queens, soldiers and prisoners, craftsmen and servants, all leaving their indelible mark on this ancient stronghold. In the shadow of this magnificent castle, countless stories have unfolded. Tales of triumph and tragedy, of love and betrayal, of courage and fear. Each stone in its towering walls, each echo in its ancient halls, holds a piece of Scotland's rich and varied history. Our journey through the ages begins here, in a time long before the castle we know today took shape. As we move into the Middle Ages, Castle Rock transforms into a royal fortress. During the 12th century, a castle of stone and mortar started to rise from Castle Rock, marking the beginning of Edinburgh Castle's evolution into a royal residence. This new fortress was a bastion of power, a symbol of Scottish sovereignty for all to see. It was built under the reign of King David I, son of Scotland's patron saint, St. Margaret, and it was here that the Scottish monarchy began to truly take form. As we delve into this period, one cannot ignore the significant events that occurred within these castle walls. A pivotal moment was the birth of King James VI on June 19, 1566. His birth was a cause for celebration, a glimmer of hope in a time of political unrest. Little did the people know this royal infant would grow up to unify the crowns of Scotland and England, forever changing the course of British history. However, the castle's history is not just filled with royal births and glorious reigns. It also endured numerous sieges during the wars of Scottish independence in the late 13th and early 14th centuries. These were times of great strife and turmoil when the castle's formidable defenses were tested to their limits. The castle faced sieges led by formidable figures like Edward I of England and Robert the Bruce. Yet despite the countless battles and sieges it withstood, the castle remained resilient, a testament to its robust architecture and strategic location. Edinburgh Castle also became a focal point for innovations in medieval warfare. It was here that the mighty Mons Meg, one of the greatest cannons of the Middle Ages, was stationed. This colossal weapon, capable of firing a 150-kilogram stone ball over 2 miles, further cemented the castle's reputation as an impregnable fortress. Despite the turmoil, Edinburgh Castle stood firm, a symbol of Scotland's enduring spirit. If you're enjoying this video, then please take a moment to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It's free, and it helps you stay up to date on the latest episodes. Now, back to the video. In the 16th century, Edinburgh Castle enters a new era, one marked by gunpowder and military might. This period saw the dawn of artillery fortifications, a development that would dramatically reshape the castle's architecture. These fortifications were not mere aesthetic changes, but essential additions that would protect the castle from the increasingly destructive power of cannons. As warfare technology advanced, so too did the castle's defenses. The castle's high walls, once sufficient to deter invaders, were now vulnerable to cannon fire. To counter this, the castle underwent a series of architectural transformations. Bastions and half-moons, structures specifically designed to withstand artillery fire, sprouted around the castle. The forewall, a massive defensive structure, was built to shield the castle from the destructive power of gunpowder weaponry. In the midst of these changes, the castle faced its most significant test yet, the Great Siege of 1573. For over 2 months, Edinburgh Castle was the epicenter of a fierce battle. Its walls, newly reinforced, endured relentless cannon fire. Despite the onslaught, the castle stood firm, a testament to the effectiveness of its new fortifications. Following the siege, the castle's role shifted dramatically. No longer a royal residence, it became a military barracks housing soldiers and their weaponry. The Great Hall, once the setting of grand feasts and royal gatherings, was now filled with the sounds of marching boots and clanging swords. This shift signified the castle's evolution from a symbol of royal power to a champion of military strength. Its walls, adorned with artillery fortifications, were a constant reminder of its new role. The castle's transformation was not just physical but symbolic as well. It was no longer a home, but a fortress, a stronghold standing resolute against the tides of war. Edinburgh Castle, once a royal residence, had now become a symbol of military strength. Its towering walls and formidable defenses bore witness to the power of gunpowder and the indomitable spirit of those who called it home. As we step into the 19th and 20th centuries, Edinburgh Castle undergoes yet another transformation. At the dawn of the 19th century, the castle's military significance began to wane, yet it found itself thrust into the spotlight during the tumultuous years of the 2 world wars. Serving as a beacon of hope and resilience, the castle's battlements were once again filled with soldiers, but this time their enemies were not just beyond the city walls, but across the oceans. In the First World War, the castle was utilized as the administrative headquarters for the armed forces, coordinating Scotland's wartime efforts. Then, in the Second World War, its ancient walls concealed a secret war room, where military strategies were devised and implemented, away from the prying eyes of enemy spies. Following these global conflicts, the castle began a new chapter in its long and storied history. Recognizing its historical and cultural significance, the Scottish government initiated extensive restoration efforts to preserve the castle's architectural grandeur and historical integrity. Stone by stone, the castle was painstakingly restored to its former glory, a process that spanned several decades and required the combined efforts of historians, architects, and skilled artisans. In the mid-20th century, the castle was opened to the public, transforming from a fortress of war to a hub of knowledge and cultural heritage. Now, the castle's halls echo not with the clash of swords, but with the voices of visitors from around the world, eager to explore its rich history and admire its architectural splendor. Through the centuries, Edinburgh Castle has weathered countless storms, both literal and metaphorical. It has stood as a fortress, a royal residence, a military stronghold, and now a symbol of national pride and historical preservation. The castle's story is a testament to Scotland's enduring spirit and resilience, a narrative etched into every stone and whispered through every corridor. Today, Edinburgh Castle stands not just as a monument to Scotland's past, but as a testament to its resilience and enduring allure. From an ancient settlement to a royal fortress, a military stronghold to a national treasure, Edinburgh Castle's story is as multifaceted as it is long. In the dawn of its history, Edinburgh Castle was a modest hill fort, a safe haven amidst the wilderness. Over time, this fort transformed into a royal palace, a symbol of Scottish sovereignty and power. Its ancient beginnings are etched into every stone, whispering tales of the Celts and Romans who once walked its grounds. The castle's role in Scottish history is undeniable. As a medieval stronghold, it was the epicenter of power struggles, political intrigue, and bloody battles. The echoes of clashing swords and roaring cannons still seem to resonate within its ancient walls. The castle's strategic location, perched high on Castle Rock, made it an impregnable fortress, shaping the course of Scotland's history. Architecturally, Edinburgh Castle has seen dramatic changes. From the medieval David's Tower to the formidable Half-Moon Battery, each modification reflects the castle's evolution in response to the changing times and threats. The castle's architecture is a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of its builders, who transformed a rugged hilltop into a fortress that withstood sieges, wars, and the ravages of time. In modern times, the castle has transitioned from a military fortress to a national monument. Preservation efforts have ensured that its history is not lost to the sands of time. Today it stands as a symbol of Scotland's rich heritage and a tribute to its tumultuous past. As we conclude our journey, one thing is clear: Edinburgh Castle is more than just stone and mortar. It's the heart of Scotland, beating through the centuries. Even as we move forward, the castle's essence remains embedded in the Scottish landscape, reminding us of the resilience, courage, and indomitable spirit of a nation. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please be sure to like and subscribe. That way you never miss an episode. We are the Minutemen of History.